Hey party people, welcome to your practice at the Movement Clinic. My name is Emily, and today's class is what I like to call an animal crackers flow. You remember a little box of animal crackers growing up? No, just me? Okay. Well, regardless, we're going to be playing with a lot of different shapes and a lot of different fun transitions today. Expect some locust, some camel, so some big heart openers, some big back bends, also some crow, so arm balancing. So get ready for a more or less pretty traditional vinyasa flow, a little bit quicker paced, as well as something a little bit more intermediate. But feel free to play with it, take it where you are, and just continue to lean into the challenge and bring a healthy sense of curiosity and play, and I'll see you on your mat. We start today's class standing at the top of our mat in Tadasana, mountain pose. Reach your hands down by your sides. Take a moment to close your eyes. Ground down through the feet by rooting into the inner edges of the feet, pressing away through all four corners of the feet till kneecaps lift. Zip up low belly. Lengthen ears out of shoulders as the heart gently lifts up, keeping low belly in, and draw those floating ribs into the back of the body. Maybe send a little energy through those fingertips as you spread fingers wide. And with that soft gaze or closed eyes, take a moment to find yourself here. I find that there is always this sense of arriving in the moment in my practice. And sometimes the maniac in my brain keeps planning my grocery list for the first half of class, and that's just the reality of what's happening that day. So maybe that feeling of arriving isn't quite here yet. But hopefully, as we continue to practice today and in time, we might start to cultivate the ability to arrive in presence a little more fluidly, maybe a bit more quickly. And gently lift your palms to meet at heart center in prayer. Bow your head to your hands as a gesture of honoring yourself, of sending maybe a little mental note of gratitude as well for being here, for showing up, for maybe attempting a little bit more of an intermediate flow. Release your hands, lift your chin, gently open the eyes. We begin, as I rarely do in these classes, with 5 rounds of sun salutations. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sink hips for chair pose, Utkatasana, low belly's drawing up and in. Low ribs are absorbed. With your next exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Maybe fingertips come to shins for this first one as you lengthen the spine and support the spine in that front line of the body. Low ribs are squeezing in, low belly is drawing up and in. Start to feel all of this engaging and lifting away from the earth in the front line of the body as you lengthen the spine and create a plumb line. Exhale, fold, plant the palms, step back, down dog. Inhale, forward to plank pose. Let's use our knees for this first one as we lower to our bellies. Low cobra, inhale, stretch toes back, stretch heart forward, low belly is zipped. Exhale, release, tuck toes, use knees, press up in one piece. Exhale, down dog. Gaze forward as you inhale, come up to tippy toes. Exhale, walk forward, fold forward. Find that halfway lift, engaging front line of body to lengthen the spine and find that long, even plumb line. Exhale, melt forward. Inhale, rise, stand up, reach up, look up. We go straight into second round. Exhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Use your inhale to find it here. Exhale, fold and melt forward. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, down dog. Shift forward, plank pose. Use those knees or don't, but lower in one steady piece. Low cobra, inhale, stretch front to back. Exhale, release to down dog. Inhale, forward, gaze forward, rather. Exhale, step forward, fold forward, top of mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise, reach up, look up. Exhale, chair pose. Take an inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, lower, either cobra or maybe attempting up dog if you feel ready for quite a bit bigger of a back bend. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, gaze forward, come up to tippy toes. Exhale, step, walk, or hop. Top of mat. Find that half lift, inhale. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise, stand up, reach up, look up, and pause. Exhale, palms to heart center. Same thing, slight variation in the beginning. We raise arms overhead and float heels off of mat, come up to tippy toes for arms overhead, chair, forward fold, and maybe even the half lift as well. Preparing our bodies for maybe something down the line, okay? Inhale, reach up, come up onto the balls of the feet. Exhale, chair pose, keep lifting those heels off the mat. Take an inhale here. Exhale, fold. See if you can't keep lifting and floating those heels up, however high. Inhale, lift halfway. We're up on fingertips, or maybe fingertips are still floating to shins. Low belly is lifted, low ribs are hugging in. Exhale, plant palms, down dog. Inhale, forward to plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale to lift to the heart, whatever variation you are choosing here. Exhale, down dog. Lift the gaze, inhale, come up to tippy toes. Exhale, step, jump, float to the top of the mat. Come up onto the balls of the feet. Find that half lift. Maybe even start to float the arms forward slightly and up. Exhale, fold and melt, soften heels. Inhale, stand up, reach up, look up, float heels again. Exhale, chair pose. Inhale to pause. Exhale, fold, keep lifting heels. Lift halfway, maybe again using the power of the core and the front line of the body, hugging up to support back line. Start to float arms up by your ears. Exhale, fold, plant palms, step back, down dog. Inhale, shift forward, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, down dog. Take 3 big breaths here. Pedal out the feet. Notice maybe where the mind is. Are you steady in being present?
Have you drifted away? How might you be able to come back if you have? Inhale your gaze forward and step your feet behind your wrists, somewhere behind the wrists, with a little bit of room in front of you. Inhale, find a half lift, come up to tippy toes, fingertips are down. Exhale, bend knees, sink hips to heels, and lower knees onto mat as shoulders stack over hips. Now here's where we start to create our animal soup flow. Whew. So start with half camel. As left fingertips find left heel as we're squatting, right arm reaches, sweeps forward and up and overhead as we lift hips to maybe start to stack over knees. Right arm reaches up and back. Maybe the upper arm bone comes next to our right ear. From here, sweep the right arm back and down. Release your fingertips on either side of your shins. Fold forward from here. So bring heels back and down. Fold forward. Find an exhale. Inhale, chair pose. Sweep arms forward and up. Exhale, stand up. And bend elbows wide for a standing back bend. Inhale, reach up, come up to those tippy toes as you find that forward fold, or that half lift rather, on tippy toes. And slowly fold forward. Let's try that again. Inhale, up to tippy toes. Lower to your knees. Shoulders stack over hips and heels as right fingertips find right heel for half camel. Left arm sweeps forward, up and back as you press those hips forward. Lift the low belly, curl sit bones under. Exhale to release, forward fold from here. Try to float your knees up simultaneously as fingertips land on either side of shins. Heels soften down, crown of head reaches down. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, stand up, standing back bend, bend elbows wide, stretch heart forward and up, out of the low back. Inhale, reach up, come up to tippy toes. Find that half lift. Use the support of the front line of the body to make this happen. From here, can we lower to our knees, keeping heels lifted for that half camel? Left fingertips find left heel as both knees lower. Right arm sweeps forward and up and back as hips lift. Exhale, float knees up at the same time. Fold forward, soften heels down as crown of the head reaches down. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, stand up, stretch heart forward and up, standing back bend. Inhale, float heels up as you lengthen fingertips up. And find that half lift. Body creates that sort of L shape, 7 shape. Last round, gently lower knees at the same time as sink hips down to heels. Right fingertips land on right heel. Left arm sweeps forward and back. Half camel. Exhale, float knees up simultaneously. Land fingertips, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, standing back bend. Press into those feet. Inhale, lengthen up through the fingers as heels float. Fold halfway. And fold all the way forward. Ooh, walk out the knees, bending one knee and then the other. And let's roll out those toes a little bit. So as you're folding forward, pick up your right foot, plant the tops of the toes, and just sort of swivel the heel around. It's a lot of work for those feet pretty early in class. And then switch, step right foot forward, plant the tops of the left toes, and swivel around a little bit. Step left foot forward and fold forward. Inhale, lift your gaze, pick up left foot, step it back, high lunge, reach up and forward. Or sorry, out and up, forward and up. Some direction that allows your arms to come up and overhead. Now, plant your back heel, back toes point diagonally away from you for Skandasana to the back of the mat. Press your right leg straight. Sweep your arms over towards that left knee. Start to sink hips low enough that you can slowly take a seat. Now, my right leg is stretched out towards the top of the mat, flexing right toes towards me. Trying to keep shoulders stacked over hips and spine nice and long. The front line of this body is still supporting all of this uprightness with the spine and that plumb line. Soften your inner left thigh and knee down onto the mat. Right now, my inner foot is touching. Here's where I'm going to start to flip the top of my foot to land on the mat. Draw the low belly back and fold over this right leg as you stretch your toes back towards your head. Sort of a modified Janu Shirshasana. Inhale, lift your gaze. You're going to reach forward with your fingertips to really help to propel us forward to come through a low lunge here. So press off of the top of the back foot and back shin and back knee as you drag that right heel back towards you to bring you on up into your low lunge. Tuck back toes, lift back knee, stretch right arm forward. We transition half moon from here. So left hand can stay on your hip for now. Right arm reaches forward, press off of that back foot. Strong back foot and leg, strong flex. Open hips and heart and shoulders to the left side of the mat. Inhale. Exhale, square hips and everything to the top of the mat to find standing splits. Keeping a strong flex in that lifted leg, pressing out through the heel. You can have a bend in that standing leg, of course. And exhale, step left foot next to right, fold forward. Inhale, lift your gaze, bend your knees, right foot steps back. Same thing, second side. High lunge, crescent. Arms can reach in any direction that allows them to come up overhead. As you plant right heel for Skandasana to the back of the mat, press front leg straight, start to sink hips, right hip towards right heel rather, and try to keep that belly and plumb line intact as you slowly lower onto that left butt. Flex those left toes, lower inner right knee and thigh down, plant the top of the right foot, and exhale, fold forward, modified Janu Shirshasana. Inhale, lift your gaze, reach those fingertips forward. Remember, as you pull back on that front heel, you're pressing forward through that back shin to help propel you through a low lunge to our half moon pose. So, inhale, bring it on up. Tuck back toes, transition to half moon, strong back foot and leg the moment the back foot leaves the mat. Keep that plumb line intact. We're not flaring everything forward. We're hugging ribs and low belly in. Exhale, standing splits. Strong flex of the foot. As always, that standing leg can have a soft bend in the knee. And exhale, fold forward. Inhale, find your half lift. Maybe come up onto those tippy toes. Maybe float arm bones up by ears, or you can try to float your ears by your arm bones. I don't know how that works, but go ahead and stand on up. Keep those heels lifted. Exhale, palms to heart center as heels soften. Release your arms by your sides. Close your eyes. And take a moment to come back to center. Release your hands down by your sides. Inhale, reach your arms up and overhead. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, find a half lift as you pick up your left foot, step it back, high lunge. Inhale, reach forward and up. Exhale, Skandasana to the back. Inhale, transition to this modified Janu Shirshasana as top of the back foot plants and shin. And exhale, fold over that front leg. Inhale, lifts us up and presses us and pulls us into that low lunge. Exhale, half moon. Take an inhale here to find stability. Exhale, transition to your standing splits. Hips square, lift that inner left thigh more than the outer left thigh. Strong flex of the foot. Press and reach out through that lifted heel. And exhale, fold forward from here, left foot lands. Inhale, find a lift. Exhale, step right foot back. Inhale, reach up. Crescent. Exhale, Skandasana to the back. Inhale, slowly transition into modified Janu Shirshasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale through your low lunge. Exhale, half moon, transition. Use your inhale to find all the stability. Exhale, standing splits, square everything to the top edge of the mat. Keep lifted legs strong. Exhale, fold forward. Toe heel your feet a bit wider. Maybe turn the heels in and toes slightly out. Inhale, find a half lift. Exhale, lower hips towards heels, Malasana squat. Reach forward through your inhale and exhale. Really protract those shoulder blades, really round the upper back to come to a seat. For you guessed it, abs, baby. Lie onto your back, bend your knees, plant your feet for now. Now, yay. I love me some abs. So reach your palms and fingertips up to the sky, palms face one another. You're pretending to be grabbing a block in between those palms. Reach up through your fingertips so much that you can begin to float head and shoulder blades off the mat. Keep that and float the feet off of the mat. Lengthen your legs long without lifting the low back off the mat. Inhale. Exhale, bring your knees to bend and tap and squeeze into the triceps. Inhale, lengthen out long. Keep low back on the mat and lower your heels as much as you can to make that happen. Exhale, knees to triceps, and see if you can't keep those big toes drawing in together. Does this shape look a little familiar to you? Maybe. Inhale, lengthen out long. Exhale, knees to triceps, big toes squeeze, shoulder blades are still lifting and protracting wide around the back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze knees to upper arms. Inhale, lengthen. Keep going, kids. Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, lengthen. Woo! Exhale, squeeze it in. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze it in. Let's do 2 more. I feel like that might get us close to 10. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, squeeze it in. I know you might hate me now. I'm totally cool with that. Last exhale, squeeze it in. Now inhale, lengthen arms long, lengthen legs long. Oh, stretch it out. And roll to your belly from here for a little bit of reverse goodness. Keep those back bends in the back line of the body strong for spinal extension as much as we are flexing the spine and rounding and folding forward. We're doing a lot of everything. It's the animal soup flow, party people. All right, so apparently I have lots of adjusting to do for our locust series in Shalabhasana. So first, just plant the backs of your hands on your low back. Allow the forehead to lower. I'm going to keep mine lifted just so that you can keep hearing me. Press down into the tops of the feet, zip up low belly, lift the low belly up and in. You might even feel those bony hip points soften up and in towards the belly button or lift up and in towards the belly button. Keep that. Keep pressing into the tops of the feet. Inhale, lift the chest and heart off of the mat. Press into the tops of the feet more. Exhale, release. This time, reach your hands behind you, palms face in. Magnetize your fingers towards your heels. Inhale, lift, press into the tops of the feet. Exhale, release. Again, inhale, lift, press into the tops of the feet. This time, maybe float the feet. Magnetize big toes towards one another. Keep breathing, keep lifting. And slowly release, plant your palms, tuck your toes, lift up in one piece. Inhale, down dog. Exhale, pedal the feet out. We are facing the back of the mat now, I'm totally aware. But guess what? Now it's the front of the mat. Inhale the gaze forward. Lift up to your tippy toes. Exhale, step, hop, float, or boogie those feet behind those wrists. Fold forward, top of the mat. Inhale, find your half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale to rise, stand up, reach up, look up. Exhale, palms to heart center. Now step your feet as wide as your mat. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, Malasana squat, palms to heart center, sink hips towards heels. Let's play with crow for a second here. It's going to become part of our flow, adding on to our animal cracker soup. So hug your inner knees onto those upper arm bones, and really more specifically, the back of the armpit flaps, which is really your lats and your triceps, but who's counting? Plant your palms like you would in down dog and chaturanga. You're going to incorporate chaturanga arms. Plant your palms, spread your fingers, come up onto the balls of the feet. We're lifting up to the tippy toes as we hug our arm bones into our knees and hug our inner knees onto the backs of the armpits. Start to lean forward, start to play with floating those big toes up and squeezing them towards one another as you press down and slowly release. You're going to get another chance to do that in just a second. Lower the knees in one piece and prepare for, instead of half camel, full camel. All right. Don't mind me while I just catch my breath. So maybe start with the half camel approach. Sweep left fingertips to find left heel. Sweep right arm forward and up and back, and squeeze those shoulder blades together so that your right fingertips find the inner right heel. Squeeze your inner heels into your fingers and press your fingers into your heels so much that you really feel that heart stretch. Low belly is zipped. Sit bones are curling under. Take an inhale. Now, press the low back to send your hips toward your heels rather. Bring palms to heart center. Float your knees up simultaneously from the mat. Woo! To set yourself up for crow. So full camel, float up. Here's your second attempt at crow. Plant your palms, hug those knees in, shift forward, inhale, squeeze big toes together, crow. Release those feet back down, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, chair pose. Step right foot back, exhale, high lunge. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, Skandasana, back of the mat. Inhale, transition to our modified Janu Shirshasana. Exhale, fold. Inhale through your low lunge. Exhale, half moon. Use your inhale to find it. Really lock up that low body, or that front of, blah, blah, blah. Lock up the front of the body. Find the stability there while I find my words. Exhale, half splits. Fold over that front leg. Inhale, lift your gaze. And exhale, lower right foot down, fold forward, float up onto the balls of the feet. Inhale, transition to camel. From here, right fingertips land. Inhale, lift hips. Sweep left arm forward, back, so that you can find the left heel with the left fingertips. Exhale, send the low back back. Hips sink to heels. Palms come to heart center. Crow pose. Use the inhale to find your crow pose. Magnetize big toes together. Press away through the palms. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, chair pose. Sweep arms forward. Step left foot back. And inhale, sweep arms forward and up. Skandasana to the back of the mat. Exhale. Inhale, transition, modified Janu. Fold over that front leg, exhale. Inhale, transition through your low lunge. Sweep left arm back, exhale. Find your half moon. Soften into standing splits, exhale. Inhale, step left foot next to right. Now, what if we floated through that floating heel, floating arm half lift? Exhale, transition to lower the knees. Maybe find both heels with your fingertips simultaneously as you lower both knees simultaneously. Wrap those shoulders and shoulder blades back. Lift your hips up, inhale. Exhale, transition to crow. Inhale to find your crow pose. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, chair. Step right foot back. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, Skandasana. Woo. Lower that back knee. Exhale, fold over the front leg, modified Janu. Inhale through low lunge. Exhale, find your half moon. And maybe on the inhale, find candy cane. As you bend that right knee, squeeze heel to butt, maybe capture the top of the foot and press the foot into the hand. Exhale to release standing splits. Hold here for a moment. Take left hand and grab left ankle. Press down, press the hand down through the ankle to help find a little stability. Reach out through that lifted foot. Lift the belly off of your thigh and maybe float right hand to grab left ankle as well. Ooh, try to float those standing splits. And exhale. Oh, wow. So hard. Slowly release. Let's go. Same thing. Last side. That's it. I said last. I'm not going to make you do this again. Swearsies. Unless you want to hit pause and rewind and go back and do it. Party on. Inhale. Float the heels off the mat. Reach those arms forward. Exhale, transition, knees back, knees down, hips back. Camel pose on the inhale. Exhale, transition to crow. Inhale to float your crow, or maybe you're crashing your crow. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair. Exhale, step left foot back, arms sweep back, out and up on the inhale, high lunge. Exhale, Skandasana. Don't know about you kids, I'm getting tired. Inhale, transition for your modified Janu. Exhale, fold over the front leg. Inhale, low lunge. Exhale, half moon, and stay on the inhale, or capture the top of the back foot for candy cane. Nice little hip release. Might even help with the standing splits as you exhale. Fold over that front leg, square those hips, strong lifted leg and foot. Right hand grabs right ankle. Press down on that right ankle. Zip up the low belly. Absorb those low ribs. Even here, it creates even more stability as you maybe take the left hand, maybe to also grab the right ankle. It really helps, yay, if you smile too. Allow this to be playful. Okay. And step left foot down. Fold forward, toe heel your feet nice and wide. Ragdoll, bend the knees generously, rock side to side. Release your fingertips to the mat. Heels in, toes slightly out, Malasana, deep squat. Sink hips to heels. Here's your opportunity to play with crow a couple more times. Or we're gonna do one last sort of strength and balance based challenge and transition play with crow to floating back to chaturanga and just pressing into down dog. And then down dog, floating the feet outside the hands, back into crow, shooting feet back, all the good things. We're gonna have 3 attempts at this. So set yourself up for a good crow. Plant palms. Squeeze those knees in. Draw the belly in. Float forward. Lift those heels up towards the butt a lot. Flex toes. As you send the feet back, stretch the heart forward. Exhale. Chaturanga. Press up and back. Down dog. Gaze forward outside of those pinky fingers. That's where you're gonna land those feet. Inhale to tippy toes. Exhale. Float forward. 2 more rounds of that. Plant palms. Crow pose. Inhale. Exhale, float feet back. Chaturanga. Press up, inhale. Exhale, down dog. Gaze forward, inhale. Lift up those heels. Exhale, float feet outside of hands or wide. Okay, so if you find that as you send the feet back, you're flopping, great, great. You're gonna fall 1,000 times before you float. If you find that your feet are hitting the mat really fast, it's probably because you aren't getting your feet up high enough and you're not stretching the heart forward and sending the weight forward to allow the feet to arc up and back. Okay, so try to give space and height for those feet to have time to go back to the back of the mat. This is also obviously my time to catch my breath for our very last round before we are done skis. Plant your palms, lift those hips. Inhale, crow. Exhale, press away, send heart forward, send feet back. Press up and back, down dog. Lower those knees, child's pose. Sink hips towards heels. You can have the arms long. I'm gonna plant the backs of my hands next to my outer feet and allow my forehead to just softly land. And with your next inhale, stretch arms forward. Lift your hips, tabletop. Step your left foot forward. Keep this low lunge. Let's find a bit of a twisted bound lizard. So lift the low belly, of course, curl the sit bones, send them forward. Plant right hand down on the mat, left hand on top of left thigh, press forward and down on that thigh to really spin the chest towards that front foot. Again, send the pelvis forward by the power of the glutes pressing forward. You can stay here if this feels like enough, or squeeze that back heel towards your butt, point your toes towards you, and reach back for the top of the foot with the left hand. Zip up low belly. Try to square hips a little bit to the top of the mat here to send hips forward and simply turn the chest instead of the hips and the chest. So try to keep the hips out of the twist a little bit. They'll probably go with you. Now, if you feel like you've got a little bit more room to play with, you might float that front forearm onto the mat, but use the power of the core to just slowly, gently lower down. And let's release. Plant your palms, sweep that left foot back, right foot forward. Again, low belly draws up and in, low ribs are hugging up and in. Use the power of the glutes to send the pelvis forward. Left hand plants, right hand on top of right thigh. Press forward and down. So this might be it. This might be your twist. Still working on hips being square and just the chest turning. Or squeeze that left heel towards your butt, point toes, reach back, grab the foot. Find that little bit of push-pull resistance. Sort of like we did in our candy cane if you decided to go there today. So again, try to re-square those hips to the top of the mat and just turn the chest towards that front thigh. You can stay here, or with the power of the core helping with the float and the balance, slowly lower that left forearm down. Just exploring whatever depth your body is ready to take, more than what your brain wants you to take, maybe. Sometimes they can be two very different things. Good, slowly release that back foot with control. Step that right foot back, sweep your feet out from underneath you, and lie onto your back. Set yourself up for bridge pose. Maybe even wheel as well. We've done a lot of big heart openers, back bends, butt strengthening, hip opening. We're kind of there for it if you want to do full wheel, but we'll start with bridge. You can either choose to do it a second round or take wheel too. It's kind of fun to give it a go. So pressing into the inner feet, zip up that low belly, feel the bony hip points, draw into the belly button, press into the feet, lift the hips, bridge pose, press the shoulder blades and maybe even the elbows into the mat to feel the heart and the upper back lift, lift, lift up, pressing the heart forward and up towards the chin, but gently lengthen the chin away from the chest to find a little length in the sides of the neck as well. Don't let the knees splay out, hug them in, root down into the inner edges of the feet, and slowly release. Again, option to go there again, or if you feel equipped for full wheel, plant your palms on either side of your ears, thumbs face in towards your ears, fingers face those shoulders. Allow the elbows to draw in as much as the shoulders will allow. Sometimes the elbows will splay out. If the shoulders are tight, don't worry too much about it. But reach forward or back away from your head with the elbows so that you can feel the shoulder blades kind of lift up and press the heart up. Keep that, root down through the inner edges of the feet, draw the low belly up and in, and by the power of your butt cheeks, press your hips up and forward. Reach those elbows away from you again. If you're going for wheel, press into the hands and the feet powerfully to lift up. Lower your gaze towards your thumbs, sides of neck are long. Press forward and down through the inner edges of the feet. Press down through the palms. And if you're in wheel, chin to chest, lower onto your back. And everybody lower your hips slowly. Toe heel your feet as wide as your mat. Allow your knees to rest in on one another to have a nice wide low back. Keep your feet wide, separate your knees, arms out to your sides, and allow your knees to slowly roll to the right. Inhale, exhale, draw the belly in, lift the knees back up, and slowly let them windshield wiper to the left. With your exhale, knees up and over to the right. Again, moving slowly as it feels okay on the back. You might increase the speed of your windshield wipers as you go side to side. Next time your knees are lifted up to the sky, pause, hug your right knee into your chest, and then your left. Maybe give yourself a little rock side to side here. And bring inner ankles, shins, and knees to touch. Wrap your forearms around your shins, reach for opposite elbows, curl up into a tiny little ball. Forehead towards kneecaps, try to create as big of a C curve from your tailbone to the crown of the head. Draw your belly in, squeeze hard, get small. Take up as little space as possible. Get smaller, squeeze harder. And slowly release into Shavasana. Oh, this is just the most glorious part. Palms flip to face the sky. Yawn, the jaw open and closed. And gently release that effort. Seal the lips, but leave the teeth separated. The tongue relaxed onto the floor of your palate. Throat soft. Heart and organs settle into your spine. As the back of the body melts into the mat and the earth beneath you. And even here, within stillness and a sense of letting go of effort, maintain your gentle presence. A soft awareness of all the sights and sounds and smells and tastes, the texture of your mouth. The feeling of the air on your skin, maybe as the sweat dries. And if you feel your mind or your body trying to fidget away from this moment, and bring yourself back, maybe just to the sensations of your breath moving your body. And start to take deeper sips of air. Lifting the front of the body using the breath. Maybe start to wiggle toes and fingers. You can lick your lips, maybe to bring sensation back there as you roll out wrists and ankles. You can rock your head side to side. Slowly move the neck. And inhale, reach your arms overhead long, stretch fingers away from toes. Oh, point your toes away from your fingers, get long. Exhale, bend your knees, plant your feet, roll onto one side or the other and pause. Maybe use that lower arm as a pillow. And gently notice what is your present experience. What is it like to live in your skin right now? That inner landscape of your body, also your thoughts and your feelings. Gently make your way to a seat. So you find your comfortable seat, bring your palms to meet at your heart and bow your head to your hands. We end as we began, bowing in honor and gratitude to ourselves for showing up, for going through this practice to connect and to foster an ability to remain present. May we carry that through our day and continue a gentle noticing of ourselves and how we're showing up. I bow to you in gratitude and honor. Thank you so much for being here. I can't wait to practice with you next time.